I have a question for you today. How do you feel about yourself? Because you are the one who is creating the experience that you are having in the world. And that might be something like, really? Because it often seems, doesn't it, like stuff is happening to us. Things are happening to us from the outside. But no, that is the wrong way round. Life is happening from the inside out. So in order to come into our true sense of power, to create reality, we need to realise that it's happening from the inside out. And some years ago, I had this incredible 10-day period where I got woken up every night and I just, my boundaries were just dissolving more and more and more. And it reached this pinnacle point where I knew that I was creating my experience. But it filled me with fear and I completely contracted and went off in the other direction. Now, where I come from today, I see it. And because I think the thing is that what we're talking about here is we have created a version of ourselves, which is a limited and small version of ourselves, what we would call the ego, the personality self. And you see, we exist beyond all of that. And that while we think we are this limited version of ourselves, there is a sense of not enoughness. I mean, I totally have seen it within myself. I see it within so many of my clients, is that most things come back to this idea that I'm not worthy, I'm not enough, and that there's something wrong with me, there's something missing, as a deeply unconscious idea which is kicking around in the mind. So if you think for a minute that creation and what you experience is happening in the mind, it's not really happening in the outside. I mean, think about it for a minute, right? Let's say that you are going to go and have an ice cream. And so you go off to go and have an ice cream, but actually by the time you're eating your ice cream, you're thinking about something you've got to do later. You bump into someone and you're chatting to them. You unconsciously eat the ice cream. You haven't really experienced eating the ice cream. And then when you think later, oh, I really wanted that, I don't know what your favourite flavour is, that what's the honeycomb, honeycomb or whatever it is, vanilla or mint, chocolate chip, whatever, cookies and cream, whatever your favourite thing is that you went out to go and have because you really wanted to have that ice cream and you didn't even experience it. So your body received the ice cream, your mouth received the ice cream, all of the taste, all of those things were happening, but you didn't actually experience it because you weren't present to the moment. And also that you can see there that when we think about the question, where is experience truly arising? It's arising in the mind. So if we come back to how do I feel about myself? How do you feel about yourself? Truly feel about yourself? Do you feel like you're amazing? You're a vessel for love on the planet. You're an expression of joy and creativity. You're in your full self-expression and nothing's holding you back and you're just joyous. You don't mind what anyone thinks. You feel completely free. If you're in that, then you're in your true self, aren't you? You're in your soul. But if you're worried about what other people think, you don't feel good about yourself, you want to do something but you doubt whether you can do it, you feel like I need to get more qualifications, this doesn't work for me, can I ever really do it? Maybe I can't do it, I'm not good enough. If all of that is going on, then you're in having the experience of the ego mind, a limited version of yourself, which is stemming from this idea that we are separate from all that is. This idea that I have to survive. And it is a survival mind. So something else is possible as we start to identify, because this is the real root, is where we're identified. If we're identified with the separate self, with the body and with the personality, and that we think that that's what we are, and let's face it, that is the biggest block when we're talking about true awareness of who we truly are. That's the block. There is a very deep identification with something that we are not. And so if we want to experience something greater, then we need to bridge our way to that space, which is what I do, and I feel very privileged to do. And that there's a deep place where you realize what you truly are. Because I think, again, there's a lot of intellectual concepts about how powerful we are, but are they really Are we living them? Are they our being? That's what we want to be asking ourselves. Am I really living that? Is that my true lived experience, or is it just a nice idea? So yeah, ponder that today. How do you really feel about yourself? Let me know in the comments. Are you like thinking you are like the bee's knees and you're totally awesome? I remember seeing Bob Proctor years ago on something, and he said, I love myself so much, I kiss myself. And he's like, up his arm. And I remember being quite repulsed at the time, thinking, oh God, because I didn't love myself. And now I do. And it's not an ego thing. This is the thing, it's a completely different state of mind. But now that is there, I see where he was coming from. So are you in that space? So pop in the comments, love myself, or I'm down on myself, if you're not feeling that you are your greatest self. I'd love to know. Lots of love, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.